Welcome back, team. This is episode 9. This is our very last podcast before the end of the 2024. I was going to say season, but it's...
Call it a season, mate.
Is it a season? Okay. It's our very last one. 9 episodes in. Who would have thought? I thought we'd quit after one.
We could call it season 1.
Season 1, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
2024. I'm going to do my best to get the tone a little bit more, how would you even say, give it some altitude, because I think I don't know if it's even my natural tone. I tend to just go a little bit like
Passive.
Yeah, a little bit down, a little bit chill.
That's right,
I've
mate.
had
Just
people
just be you.
I've had people tell me if I was any more chill, I'd be asleep, which
Horizontal.
it's it's pretty evident sometimes on the potty. So I'm doing my best. I think I get it, like I said to you just before, I get in this headspace of I realize that I'm talking for a while, and then I'm like, probably no one wants to fucking hear this anyway.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I just
I know.
start. I don't stop talking, but I
Yeah.
kind of like I'm doing that. What do you call it? Fade out on myself.
Yeah.
So that's it. So I got a face for radio, but not a voice for radio. But anyway, we're going to recap a little bit of 2024 and what we're getting into in the big 2025, because it's going to be, would you say, mental? Yeah. So now it's been the craziest year of my life, I would say, especially as it relates to the gym, because that's what we're talking about here. Insane growth. Our members are legends.
Yeah.
Like, we've got such a good culture of good people in our gym. We've made so many changes within the systems, the program, and we're constantly changing and adapting to this ever-growing group of people that come in to train with us all the time. So we're super lucky to be in a position to be able to do that, I think, as well. Just a couple of things that we're working on. We're going to add in some extra classes as of January 2nd. That's to spread the volume out a little bit. Our Olympic lifting class on a Thursday night. We traditionally had it running alongside the CrossFit class, but it's its own thing now, and that's credit to, like you said, our coach Zoe. She's made it this thing, this culture in the gym to be there. So we're going to have that as a standalone class from early next year, from January. So that's a couple of things in terms of class structure. We're going to keep pumping, keep hopefully delivering some value to our members, and enjoying the ride.
You know what's crazy is, I was thinking about this the other day, but we're up to now 265, 270 members.
Yeah.
Right. And I remember thinking our long-term goal would be to get to 150 members. And now we're up to like 260, 270.
Mm-hmm.
But stress-wise, it's become less and easier.
Yep.
The more busy we've gotten, and that's not down to how busy we are. That's down to like you and I putting processes in and trying to make the gym work as smoothly as possible.
Yeah. That includes empowering our team as well, huh?
Yeah.
Like giving them the...
Yeah. Like I heard, it was I listened to the other day, it was Tim Ferriss. He was saying about if you're a business owner and you're having to put out too many fires, or the problems coming to you too many times, then there's an issue with your processes. And I think we're not there yet, definitely not there yet, but we're slowly getting there.
Yeah, that makes total sense. I would agree. We're almost, we're foreseeing it before it happens, definitely. But like you said, we've got a long way to go.
Yeah.
And it often, for me, it feels like I forget how far we've come, but it feels like we're just getting started. Like we have so much more to do.
And mate, and also a credit to you as well, because you've only been an owner for a year, and you've like as a CrossFit gym in the East now, we're like, I don't want to make it sound too but
yeah. No, thanks, mate.
we're doing all right, you know what I mean?
We're doing good.
and you're only a year in.
Yeah.
And that was with, we had a bit of a stuttery start with a long takeover from down a previous owner. It was just nothing down to him or us. It was just took a while. So there was a little bit of a slow start. But we just kept improving, didn't we? We just kept making changes.
Yeah.
Kept trusting ourselves that we're on the right path, and keep doing the real basic shit.
Yeah.
Every fucking week.
Yeah. I think we adopted the mindset of it's never good enough. We're gonna keep going. Like every time there was like an option to take the less risky or the less or the cheaper option or something like that, we went the other way, and it's every single time it's paid off. Like adding new classes, adding new equipment.
Well, even this is a bit over the top, to be honest. For where we're at in our life, but it's been going all right, hasn't it?
Exactly, yeah. And that's we're able to work with such a good team, like our team of coaches. Like always speak highly of them.
Yeah.
On and off microphone, not just on microphone, and the same with our members. And that's what we want to just keep cultivating, and we want to be here for forever.
Sometimes I actually feel almost a bit embarrassed about saying about the processes we do, because they sound so simple.
Yeah.
But they work. But it's like doing them every fucking week.
Yeah.
Like you gotta do it every week. Like if it's locked in, I think that's one thing we're pretty good at. If we say we're gonna do something every week to do with a business, like yourself, you have your things you do every week. I have my things. It gets done, and then we keep ourselves accountable, but not by have you fucking done it?
Yeah.
But it's just you being, I don't know, I just wouldn't miss it.
Yeah.
Or if you occasionally miss it, you just make sure you get back on it the week after.
Yeah, they are quite simple, like you said, but there is a lot of them, and there's a lot of moving parts for sure. But because we have taken the time to outline the systems and make sure they're going to happen, it's making, like you said, everything run smooth.
Yeah, and then moving forward, then that's when we start to maybe delegate a few of those jobs to someone else, and we then move on to the next thing.
It's and that is a cool part of it as well. Hey, giving our coaches more opportunity as more than a coach.
Yeah,
that excites me a lot. I love seeing our coaches grow as coaches, and then hopefully even more than that as we go forward.
Well, I always think there was a bit of a trust thing. A lot of owners I see, I feel like they don't fully trust anyone else to be able to do the job as well as they can do.
Yeah.
But honestly, what we're working out now is just explaining it, handing it over correctly.
100%.
If the goals and the KPIs and the objectives are clear, then and you've got the right person in the job, and then you're there and you help them and you talk to them regularly and you communicate regularly.
Yeah,
they will do a good job for you.
Absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely. Like what we're doing isn't fucking rocket science, is it?
No, it's not. It's definitely not.
Plus,
I
just think
right?
people will just be like, just do this job,
yeah,
and then they complain that it's not done correctly.
Yeah, yeah. I would hate to get complaints or staff that didn't want to work for you as well or work with you. I would hate to be in that position.
There's also expectations, though, isn't there? Like, I wouldn't expect. Like, we had a couple of cancellations a few weeks back on. It was like Thursday night, I think it was. We had like one in the Arvo, then one like later on that day, and we always put our numbers in, like how many cancellations we've had in a week, what's our net growth, and what's our churn percentage on a Friday, and we always try to obviously stay 0 or +1, +2, so we're growing,
yeah.
And then I hustled for like an hour, and there was a few people I've been chatting to, and then I managed to get 2 sign-ups that evening to just like balance those 2 cancellations out. I wouldn't expect someone to be doing that at 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. on a Thursday, but instead of that maybe being a weekly, you would have that as a monthly KPI.
Yeah.
So it gives them a bit more time to like level that out,
Yeah.
balance that out.
Yeah. That's a good point.
And then you'd say, right, you can call from these hours and these hours per day or something like that. Because you don't want people to hate you as well, making them ring around on a Sunday evening, or you know what I mean?
No, exactly. Yeah. I want our staff to be happy.
Yeah.
For sure. And it feels like they are.
And consistent, right?
Yeah.
Like even for as owners, like how manageable is that in the long term?
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah. We talk about this a lot. Hey, don't implement something that you don't think you can do forever.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a good. Yeah, it's a good way of thinking about it. Like, if we're gonna start this, can you realistically do this every week for the next year?
Yeah. Because if you start
if
doing
the answer's no, then let's not start.
Yeah, exactly. And tell everyone about it, and then all of a sudden you stop.
That's why things like I think like member of a week and stuff like that. Like, it's very hard to keep that.
Yeah.
I just find it.
Yeah, and it loses its relevance.
I find it a bit cringe one, but also it's just the amount of times you see, and they do it for like 2 months at the start of a year, and then it just disappears.
Then it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, mate, we've had a cracking year, 2024.
Yeah.
Like we said, just getting started for 2025. We've actually got some big news. I thought I would just preface it as well that a lot of people may not know that I was also working another job for the last few years. So I was working 2 jobs, and I've decided to leave that other job. I'm all in, which is going to...
Can we say what job that was?
Yeah, well, yeah. I was just working...
you weren't working on the streets or anything?
No, I wasn't working on the streets. No, I was working with another guy in his companies who works in fitness, with online programming and that sort of thing. So I was doing a variation of jobs for his companies for a few years, and that changed over time. And just recently I had to sort of make a decision when it wasn't quite aligning with my goals, and had to definitely take a step back financially and that sort of thing. But it's all for the bigger picture. It felt like one of those crossroads in life where I'll look back on, for sure. I know I'll look back on and go, yeah, that was the right move, because the progress we're going to make additionally to that from getting that extra time back.
It's been a great job though. You've learned heaps.
Oh yeah, I've learned a lot for sure.
A lot of the stuff you implement in our business is stuff you've learned.
Absolutely, yeah.
From that business.
Yeah. Yeah, I've learned a lot for sure. It was just time to get that time back, but also that headspace and thinking space to make sure we implement all these plans that we have for Southend, plus opening up new headspace for more ideas and that sort of thing, because there's a million ideas that go in our heads. It's so I want to make sure I can capitalize on all of those where possible.
Yeah.
So
mate, I was so happy when you when you messaged me saying you were finishing up.
Yeah.
Because you're such a hard worker. You just always grafting, and you always you just work hard, don't you? Like you almost need to pull back sometimes. Like you always need to stop yourself and give yourself like time for you and Car.
Yeah.
And like leave your phone alone and that sort of thing.
Yeah, for sure sometimes. And that was part of it as well, because everything that I do with Southend, I fucking love. Like I really love, and it rewards me equally as well.
Yeah.
Whereas putting time into that, it wasn't so much doing that. Yeah. So that was like I had to really step back and look, do a time energy audit and think this is taking time, it's taking energy, but it's not giving me the reward that I want. And Southend, every time I put energy into it, it's given me back exponentially. So
when does that start, by the way?
What's that?
No, you finish up.
Yeah, this month. So, yeah. Now
it'd be interesting to see. It'd be interesting to see how, like, time-wise and energy-wise, if you feel like a noticeable difference from that.
Yeah. It already feels good.
Yeah. Right.
So, yeah, I'm looking forward to next year, mate. like we said, big plans at Maroubra, and if you wanted to,
What's going on next year, mate?
if you wanted to announce the news, this will be by the time this comes out, we'll be
Official,
more contractually secure.
Yeah, it's like it's happening. It just hasn't. The papers haven't been signed, but yeah, we're opening up our second space.
Just got goosebumps. Just got goosebumps. Yeah. So what's the story, mate?
Yeah. So I've moved. I've moved south from Maroubra down into Shell Harbour, where we went Wollongong and then a bit further to Shell Harbour, and we've been there now. Right, not that long.
No.
How long have we been there? It's like,
Don't know.
6 months or so.
Quite the developing area, from what I understand.
Yeah.
I've literally been there once.
So I joined the gym down there called Ocean Fitness to train, and that's a CrossFit affiliated gym. And it wasn't really in the thought process to open up a second space.
Not yet.
Not yet, anyway. But Southend Maroubra has just been, we've been really enjoying the whole process. This year has been amazing. We've got a lot from it. The business is doing really well. Most importantly, all the feedback from the members is positive and moving in the right direction, which I think is key. Because if we were growing too much and it was becoming negative, then it would be something we would have to sort out, which I'm sure we will have to at some point, right? Can't just keep adding members.
No, exactly.
Like we're going to get to that point now. So then I spoke to the owner of Ocean, Michelle, down there, and I was just talking, and then she has been looking to sell.
It's almost just like the stars aligned a little bit, huh?
Well, she kind of felt like that as well. Because obviously if you, like, she's had the business for 5 years now, and she's, put everything into it, so many hours, so much passion and everything. You don't want to just hand it off to someone to do a shit job, basically.
Yeah.
So the fact that we've already done it and Southend's got to a certain level,
yeah,
I think it just felt good. Like when we were having those initial talks, she was like, "Oh,
right,
this feels right."
She didn't want to like put it on Instagram and say, "Hey, we're for sale," to anyone.
Yeah, exactly. And to be honest, when you walk into Ocean, it has that sort of like Southend vibe already.
Right.
We're gonna rebrand it, so it will be rebranded to Southend 2528.
Which is the postcode.
Which is the postcode, yeah. It's not as easy as when you get an affiliate. It's not as easy as like having a name and then getting that affiliate. They have certain rules about things, so it wouldn't be in our number one choice but it will be just Southend, and we'll probably be Southend Shell Harbour, probably.
Yeah,
is how we'll advertise it. And we're gonna pretty much like just brand it with how our gym is now.
That's it. We're done after that.
Black and pink kind of vibe. And it hasn't been straightforward, mind.
No.
The whole process, which business isn't, I know, in general, but it's definitely taken up a lot of fucking headspace. Like my headspace, the amount of times I've been back and forth whether we should do it. Well, it's never really been about doing it. It's just been logistically.
Yeah.
Obviously money always plays a big part.
Yeah.
We looked into getting another space, starting a space from scratch, and we've got quite deep into that as well. That fucking took a lot of my headspace for about 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, you were deep in it, huh?
Trying to make the right decision of what we do with DAs and stuff.
We had a whole equipment order ready to go, pretty much.
We almost pushed a button. Well, I did push a button on some stuff. Sat in my garage right now. But it's all worked out for the best.
Yeah.
Like,
now it feels good.
We've settled a price. Obviously, I'm not going to say a price, but we settled where I feel like it's a fair price for Michelle, fair price for us.
Yeah.
And mate, I'm so fucking excited for it. Like the members down there, you already got a great membership base there. great level, a great mixture of people who love CrossFit to people who just want to train and feel good and be healthy for life and stuff. So very similar to where we're at the moment.
Yeah.
But one thing I noticed about Ocean when I walked in straight away was, fuck, this place has got so much potential. Like what we could do with that place, mate.
Yeah.
Like
it's cool when you walk in and you start visualizing it, huh?
Like the setup of how we can structure it and how we can just make everything look and like all like cohesively together, mate.
Yeah. It's a big part of it, isn't it? When you walk into like our Maroubra one, when you walk in and you see the class and how it's set up, the vibe of that, there's something to it. It's not just random how we have it, right?
Definitely. The amount of time I'll speak to someone after their first session, they were like, I felt at home straight away. Yeah. Or and also it sounds a bit, I don't know, sounds a bit like cringy, but how it looks on like social media and stuff is important. Yeah. Like it's an important, like you would be a bad business owner if you're not thinking about that sort of thing. For
sure. You've had people down in the area see the Maroubra gym on Instagram and go, fuck, that looks sick.
Yeah, it looks sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like little branding touches like which you've sort of done in the gym and stuff. So so we got big plans for that.
So we're changing how it looks, obviously, with the branding, signage, and that sort of thing. But we're also going to, and this will start in January. We're going to start implementing our coaching structure.
Yeah.
As a soft launch.
Yeah. I think we'll be official 1st of Feb.
Yeah.
Is what we're looking at, 1st of Feb, which is actually fucking pretty perfect, really.
Yeah.
I know you're getting married and stuff, but it's pretty perfect timing from everyone's coming back from holidays and stuff then. So
and you've started coaching there. We're going to put one of our coaches in there in Jan. So we're just like we said, soft launching, just kind of putting our culture in there a little bit, and then from Feb, that's when we'll start doing our actual business systems, our program.
Because it is a worry.
And going full tilt.
You take on, like I spoke to people who've done stuff previously with other gyms, and they were like, I would almost advise you just starting afresh. Because you're taking on, culturally, you got like 5 years of training of someone owning that gym for 5 years.
Yeah.
And then obviously not us. Like, they got, pluses and minuses, so do we, Yeah. It's just how we like to run things. Yeah. And how we like. But that was a major concern of mine to start with. But coaching in there, I started coaching in there, like Jack said, Thursday mornings. Then I've been doing a little bit more. And it's made me feel like everyone just loves to be there. You know? There's no egos at that gym at all. Everyone's just wants the best for the gym. Yeah. Is it probably the best way of putting it? So I'm just
because we wouldn't do it
excited for us to like give them as much as they already give to the gym.
Yeah, gotcha.
Because the improvements we're gonna make from day one, just nothing fucking too crazy to start with. But just we're gonna be trying to make improvements every week. Yeah, and that's kind of how we base Southend. That's how we do. We try to make improvements every week.
We never rest on it, right?
And it doesn't have to be big. Like today, I just took in 20 new skipping ropes and massage balls and some more chalk. Yeah, but which is nothing crazy. But it's just they all add up. Yeah. If you're doing something like that every week, we're changing the classes, we're changing the structure. We changed the class structure recently, right? Yes. We were 25 per class. We dropped it down to 22 because we felt like the class was getting a little busy. But we actually opened up a open gym slot now, which we never really had. Yeah. And then it's 5 people in there now. And now I feel like that's kind of resolved that issue now. Because the 22 stay up at the rig in the gym, and then the open gym at the back is for the people who've signed into the class. Yeah. So just little trying to changes which to make it as smooth as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's
How do you feel? How do you feel about it?
It's very exciting. Like it almost feels surreal still.
Yeah.
And I haven't held my breath in terms of the legal and contract side of things, because obviously we've discussed previously. The last one took about 6 years or something.
It was 2 years in total from the start to the finish.
Yeah, which is crazy. This one, it looks like all things are pointing to be much quicker.
Yeah.
Which is great. But yeah, I'm excited to get stuck in and then take what's already a pretty cool place and making it as cool as Maroubra.
It's interesting for you, isn't it? Because obviously I live down there. So
yes. Yeah.
I'm going to be obviously in there every day, same as you are in Maroubra now.
Yeah.
I just have a moment come up once a week, where this week I'm coming up twice. So you're like, how do you feel from that perspective? Like being from afar, but obviously you're going to be heavily involved with all the processes and stuff.
Yeah, I think from what I've realized is that, and we kind of on a smaller scale, not a small scale because Maroubra is massive, but in terms of, for example, this week or last week, for example, I coached 3 classes, I think, or 4 classes, something like that. So in terms of my actual physical presence in the gym, it's
But you're in there every day, though.
Yeah, I'm in there at training anyway. But if I wasn't in there, there's so much impact you can have because of the processes we've put in place and the empowerment that we've given our team.
Yeah.
That I'm super excited to have this opportunity in a remote place, remote from me, to impact people positively from afar, through social media, and then through developing this great product for them.
Yeah.
That excites me for sure. It opens up this whole new sort of thought system in my mind. Yeah.
I think it's just a different way of looking at owning a small gym. Like, I feel traditionally, the gym owner is there, does the classes, is on the gym floor, does the programming, speaks to everyone. And that is great.
Yeah.
But we're trying to keep all those positives of that, but also remove ourselves, take a step back. But I don't mean take a step back away from the community. I just mean take a step back away from the day-to-day jobs to allow us to then grow the business to work as efficiently and effectively as possible.
Yeah.
Because a business like that is just basically relies on how motivated and switched on the owner is.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you from personal experience, you can only do that for 2-3 years.
Yeah. And you get stuck in that chaos then.
If you burn out, your standards start slipping.
Yeah. If you can step back and be on the outside.
Yeah.
And like you said, that's not away from the community, because our personal communication with the members is more than it ever has been.
Yeah.
But that's because we have lent on the experts that our coaches do, and we have our own roles.
Yeah.
Many roles.
Yeah, yeah.
And like I said, from being a couple of hours away, that's an exciting task to take on. And
I think sometimes they feel like, because they can't see you maybe there, but you're not working on it or thinking about it.
Yeah.
And trust me in the fact that thinking about it is not the issue.
Like, definitely not, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we're just trying to make it so it runs well for everybody and then sustainably. So like we're talking about, can this gym then keep growing and keep working effectively for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not going to be able to by myself doing 25 hours of coaching a week.
No.
Like, it's just not going to.
No. Everything else fails.
Like, something has to give.
Yeah.
Right? And the fact that you're stopping your other job now, which is perfect timing now with a new space, because basically both our jobs double. Everything we've been doing doubles, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'll be doing a bit more coaching down there, but we've already got a pretty fucking solid coaching roster down at Ocean already.
Yeah.
and we're going to be working one-on-one with those and as a group to just elevate a few. Like, they're great coaches already, but just to get the level consistent across the board. And then we're gonna.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's exciting, mate, because it's like I said, it's just more people that we get to have an impact on, and like see people enjoy themselves. Like that's the coolest thing about it. And we're gonna have these two awesome communities that hopefully every now and then blend together. Like if anyone's traveling down the south coast from Sydney, they can stop in.
Mate, I'm so excited. Like even one of I was speaking to Shani, who's Gabe, one of our coaches' partner, and they were saying that they'll go down for a weekend down there and then pop into a gym because they'll be able to access both gyms, right?
Yeah.
On the app we use, they can just click onto Southend Shell Harbour and then click into the whatever class and go into there. So it's an hour and a half away, so it's not like a massive bonus.
Yeah.
But it's still nice. Like people travel up to Sydney for work and stuff.
Yeah, I think it's cool. It's super cool. I can't wait for that. That crossover will be really cool.
And like in-house comps, like we have an in-house comp at the moment. We're just on week 3 of the Southenders comp. So then suddenly it's just not there. It's both on the same leaderboard. Yeah. That's gonna be super exciting.
Yeah,
because you got a few we got a few super fit dudes and girls down at Ocean, which should be really good to see them compete a little bit with everyone from Maroubra. So.
It's just, it's making this even bigger community. It's awesome. I'm excited.
You just doing a gym a year now, mate? Is that what you?
Yeah. Yeah. If anyone's selling, let's expand. Now we got to that's what we've been quite patient with how we've done things at Maroubra sustainably. Like you said, we need to be able to make sure we can do it all the time, and that's exactly what we'll do at Shell Harbour.
Yeah.
Put in systems to ensure we're sustainably growing, and then we'll see what happens from there. What do you reckon?
Let's have it. Fucking buzzing.
I think that's it, guys. And thanks for a crazy year, 2024. Thanks for listening. If you do as well, it's very cool that people actually listen into us. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Happy New Year. We'll be back. We'll definitely be back.
For Christmas, you get your loved ones a bag of Cura, potentially.
That's true.
As well.
That's
Perfect way to start the day.
Yep. Agreed.
2.2 grams of sugar per serving.
It's bugger all, isn't it?
Fucking nothing.
That's good.
Might as well just put 0 on there.
I think that would be lying, but...
Thanks, team. We'll see you next year.
Thanks so much, guys. See you guys.